Hey there, everyone. This is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach, and I am the host of Content Creation Tips and More Facebook group, where you will find solopreneurs, freelancers, and coaches who are new to launching and growing their business and want to use content marketing as their method to grow and learn their business. And I am Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. So I'm happy to see you all here today for another Biz Tip Tuesday. And this is a special Biz Tip Tuesday. I'm very excited to share with you a special project I've been working on. You might have seen a couple of glimpses over the last couple of weeks and months as we have been working and preparing. And so I am taking the time today as our official launch and take an opportunity to share with you exactly what we have in store. And I say we as a collective because it's just not me. It's me and a team of people have helped me along the way that are also going to be here to support you as we continue to grow this aspect of Keep It Simple Coach. So I want to get straight to the point. So this is going to be a little longer than normal, so bear with me, but I hope you're going to be just as excited as I am to share this with you all. So as many of you already know, as members of the Content Creation Tips and More community, we are centered around a framework, which is a content marketing ecosystem as I created myself. And so as you can see, there are 6 components that make up the content marketing ecosystem. And what's important to note is that there is, of the 6, the one that is going to be spoken to much of today's session is social media. Coupled with that, obviously, are the other 5 components: website, email automation and marketing, visual creatives, podcasting, blogging, and social media are the key 6 elements that make up our content marketing ecosystem. And when you're able to adopt these aspects into your workflows and into your business productivities, you have an opportunity to see growth and change for your business. Now, that's not to say that each and every one of those pieces and parts you have to do. Not everybody's going to be a podcaster. Not everybody's going to be a blogger. Not everybody's going to be a um, a visual creator necessarily, but you can outsource that kind of stuff. But don't get me wrong. But one thing I do know for sure is social media management and marketing are certainly a core component for what you ought to be doing for running your business. That being said, back in 2020, I did a social media workshop for a group of individuals. And as I went through preparing that seminar, I had decided then that, and of course, being the Keep It Simple coach, how can I help to frame a thought around not becoming overwhelmed and feeling as though this is a very arduous task to do social media management. It doesn't have to be, it's just your approach and how you can go about doing it. So I did my slide deck as I normally did and pulled together some ideas on how one could go about doing so. And when I did that, kind of like the sparks came off. But what most importantly is that it was very helpful to those that participated. And so, as with any good idea, you let it marinate and then something else can be a part of it. And as a result of doing that particular training session, I had an opportunity to delve into an idea that I wanted to always do. That was to create a product. And so I did attend a training and a workshop and got coaching around how I could productize that idea that I had. And so one of the things I'm going to share with you today is that product. And then as an offshoot, what we now are launching today officially in the digital space. So I have both a physical product as well as a digital product, and they go hand in hand with one another. And that's the other great thing that's exciting to see and note about. So hold on one second. There we go. So what I want to share with you first is the physical product. So when we think about social media, the thing that I came up with was the idea around how is it that you want to have this balanced approach? And that's what is really centered around the idea for the plan. And what I want to share with you, let me bring this up here. There we go. One of my banners. Doo, doo, doo. So the question I ask myself and what I get asked all the time is how do you bring social media balance to your content creation routine? How is it that you don't have to feel overwhelmed and figure out what am I going to be posting and doing each and every day? And that was the central idea around the solving the problem. And remember, when we go into business, it's about solving a problem. So that was the problem I wanted to solve. And while I had done it in a fundamental way, I wanted to see how was it I was going to be able to expand on it. And that's where I got the idea to then create what is now Social Balance. This is a social media management platform and planning tool. And it's just that. Oftentimes, what I find when I'm coaching my clients is that there's this deference to want to always be in sell mode. And while that may seem as though it's helpful and that's what you think you want to do, it's not going to come across and hit your intended audience the way that you would like it to. So you want to have a balance. You want to have a little mix of several different ways in which you can connect and engage with your intended target audience. And so that's what social balance is about. So I'm going to first share with you from the framework, as I like to call it, is just that. So social balance, let me see if I can bring up my card here. Bring this way. Oh, these are my banners. Hold on. I'm going to show my cards. Okay, that's not what I wanted to bring up necessarily. Hold on. Oh, that could be it. All righty. I'll do it that way. Give me 1 sec. There we go. All right. So social balance is composed of, again, balance. So balance means even in my estimation. So when we think about the different areas that I'm going to set with you today, there are 6 categories. And those categories are to encourage, or E1, educate, E2, engage, E3, expert, E4, entertain, E5, and elicit, E6. And that together is what makes up social balance. And it's very similar to what you see in the framework on content marketing, content marketing ecosystem as well. So what I decided to do is I created a card deck because what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it a fun experience and not just something that was going to be this arduous task that you're going to be sitting in on a spreadsheet, which most people tend to want to use or recommend. And I always see a spreadsheet as being a bit on the boring side. And I wanted to make it fun and exciting. So I've created a card deck. And I also will share with you guys the video that I went through with my coach who and created the trainer and helping me to create my card deck in and of itself. And that's a whole story in and of itself. But the end product is what I'm sharing with you both today. So I created a card deck, which is what you see right here. And it is a card deck of 48 ideas for you to create your social media management plans. And so I'm going to do a quick, what I call social balance shuffle. And there you'll be able to get a little bit of an idea of what it looks like. And there's more details on the site as well. So give me 1 second. There we go. And okay. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure I got that on. Okay. So those are the 6 categories. So I'm going to switch over my camera and I want to share with you how the card deck works in a little demonstration. So like I mentioned, so you got 6 categories and I've broken those down into 6 topics. And that's what I'm going to share with you. Now, so let me switch over my camera. There we go. And I'm going to make sure it's facing in the right way. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it this way. Sorry. There we go. All right. Don't you go nowhere. Okay, there we go. Now it wants to move around. Hold on. There we go. All righty. All right. So now what you'll see on my card deck is the 6 cards themselves that are in the deck. And you'll see first is hexagon, again, for the 6 topics, 6 sides, even, balanced. And so you'll see there are, each card deck itself has 8 cards in a suit. And so each suit, when you shuffle, there are 6 different content ideas for you to use and create your actual social media content around. And so what you get to do is shuffle and pull. And I'm going to, the inside instruction card, as you see it here, is what you'll use as your base. And you just do a simple shuffle with your cards and you do a flip. And so here is the first one that you'll do. So this one is curate content for your audience. All right. And then you're going to just line that up. So that's card number 1. Then we have engage. So engage are just, again, topics and activities and things that are going to get higher levels of engagement for your audience to participate in. So here, hold a competition. And that's going to go over here on the pink side. Try to stay special. And then, excuse me, sorry about that, guys. And then we do another shuffle. This is the green. So green is about encouraging. So this is about, again, being thought-provoking, sharing and encouraging your audience, and just like ideas with respect to that. So let's see what we get. Identify an industry expert quote. So again, it's just something to motivate people, get them to thinking, inspire them in some particular way. And in this particular case, you want to be connected to the industry. So who are your thought leaders? And you want to be able to pull a quote maybe from them. And then there's the educate. Remember, you're the person who you want to be able to share insight and add value. And you do that by educating your audience. So how do you do that? So here's again here. Come up with a case study about an interesting aspect of your business. So again, case studies could be anywhere from, again, just the results that you're getting with your customers, a satisfied customer from a product, and then just sharing their experience with other people. That's what a case study can do. So there's another idea for you to create a post around. And then we have entertain. And this, again, just another fun way and ideas that you can create for your audience. So we're going to do a flip here. Here, see, create a contest or a giveaway for most likes or shares of your content. So again, how do you motivate? How do you get your people connected? And a giveaway and a contest is always a good way to do that. And last but not least is the elicit. This is where we all like to want to hang out all the time, but you don't want to do that because it can work against you. But elicit meaning, how do I promote and share opportunities for selling and to people to buy? So here's this one. In this case, you're going to share an upcoming event. Maybe you have a webinar, a challenge, or a course to grow your audience. And that's the social post that you will create. So now what you have before you is 6 ideas, 6 days of the week that you're going to be able to create content around for your social post. Now, I will say this. For some of you, you may say, I don't like to do social posts. Give the plan to your virtual assistant. That's what they're for. But now you have a great variety of content, and now you can just get right in to create the content. So the card deck that I've created centered around the social balance framework is the planning tool. Now, that means this is just one set, and there are 8 cards in each deck. That means you could create 8 polls, 8 different combinations, which ultimately is like an infinite number of combinations. Every time you pull, you're never going to have the same set ever, for the most part. So, quite an infinite or quite a large number of different combinations you can come up for each week. So, someone always asks, what happens with day 7? Here's my question, my answer to that. um, Me, the spiritual person, you have to have a day of rest. So that's the day we recycle. Take an old post and recycle it on one of the other days of the week. Now, you can do this in any order of the days of the week that work best for you, because in some cases, some topics might work best on a Tuesday than it would on a Friday. You get to decide, but that's all for you to create. So this is your plan. And so this is a card deck that I do have for sale on the website, which is where I'm going to take you next. And there is where you'll be able to get your own card deck as well. So let me switch back over, and we're going to take you for a little ride. So I hope you appreciated that particular one. So we are going to be selling them as card decks that are in shrink wrap. You can place an order for that today, and I'm going to take you to the website to do that. Now, okay. So that being said, is the place in the space where all this is taking place and where we're launching officially today is socialbalance.co. So socialbalance.co is our website, our marketing space, and is also a place where you'll be able to get information and details on not only our card deck, but also the actual the application where you can subscribe and then do the next step, which is to create, to publish, and to monitor your social content all in one space. So that is what part 2 is now going to be about. So I'm going to take you and I'm going to share my screen. Give me one second. Doo-doo-doo. And there we go. So I'm going to take you to our promotional website, our marketing page, and here are all the details for socialbalance.co. When you visit this site is where you'll get all the information on both the card deck and on the software. So I'm going to start with our software. So let me take you under resources is where you'll find our card deck planning tool, which is what I just demonstrated for you all. So essentially, this is where, again, you can place your order. There are 2 versions of to purchase. You can purchase just a shrink wrap, or we do have our Founders Day 10, which is the image that you see here on the screen, for a little bit more. So it's 32 and 40 are the 2 price points when you click on the Buy Now button. But again, it's a card deck of 50. There's 6 unique suits. There's 48 strategies and a million possibilities that you're going to have to create the plan that works for you. And just like I mentioned, you have your 6 little suits, you do your shuffle, and then this is what it's for. If you are challenged with lack of being inspired, you have a lack of time, or you just don't have the social media management knowledge that you feel a little underwhelmed or under confident, lack of confidence, right? Then that's what this card deck is for. So this is also designed for my social media management freelancers who are doing work for other people. This is a way that you could create unique plans for your customers. If you are the virtual assistant, then this is what you can give to your virtual assistant to give them some guidance so that you have that balanced content that's out there. And then if you are that solopreneur, that coach yourself, and you're doing this work and you want to save time and knock this stuff out, here's a planning tool that's going to design specifically with you in mind. Because I know personally what time suck sometimes things can be. And this now makes it fun, but also a very useful tool that I know that you can appreciate as well. Now, again, once you've had your card deck, then you want to then go to the next step. And what does that mean? So once you have your plan, so I have my 6 days. So the next thing that you want to be able to do is, how do I now create the content? So we took the same idea of the social balance framework and we created a software platform for you to execute, to do the next step and get your content created, published, and monitored all in one spot. One of the major things that I have conversations around with my customers and people on the go or in my workshops is the fact that there's a lot of time consumption and a lot of easily being distracted when you are working in your social media. We all are victims of it. And so, what Social Balance allows you to do in our platform is that we have created a space that you won't have those distractions. You could be very laser focused and spend the time doing what you need to do and move on to the other productions that you have to carry out to run your business. So that is what social balance means. Now, our logo is reflective of just that. Our 6 palettes and the zenness of it all, as I like to call it, and that balance of bringing everything together is that yin and the yang of your social presence. And that's what social balance is all about. And what you'll find is that, again, why is there a digital presence important? And it's important because, hey, 78% of the sellers who are use social media outperform their peers. You don't want to be left out, and we know how powerful social media platforms can be, but they're only as powerful in the way in which you execute and your effectiveness to use those different platforms. They all have intended audiences, they all have a different purpose in the way in which you can execute those particular plans, and they all have benefits and maybe some not so great things about them, but that's the other thing. And you don't have to be on all of them either. That's another choice that you get to make. But again, think about the fact that half the world's population, so 3.8 billion as of today, give or take, are now active on social media. These are all your potential customers. You don't want to miss the opportunity. And so everything that you need to start and grow your new social business, your business socially, is inside of our platform. We have powerful ways that you can schedule your posts. You can trigger posts dynamically and being able to do things based on trending data. And you have an ability to also connect with your community, again, without having to jump in and out of tabs on your browser. I know you got a bunch of tabs open on those browsers. I see you. Anyway, this is also a space even for agency. So if you are an agency and you're looking for a platform for you and your team to manage social media content, I've got you covered. So click on our link on our website and we can meet and beat the competition that I know that you may be staring at right now. So do give us an opportunity to do that. A great thing, feature, function about our platform is the fact that you are able to draw in your content from your blog posts using our RSS feed, which is a great feature and function in and of itself. So do know that you have that. Now, you want to be able to also know that our plans include 2 user profiles, and that's really, really important. One of the things that we know about some of our competition is that you only get one. If you need to go to more, you got to go to a brand new plan. And who's got time for that? I know, again, as solopreneurs, freelancers, and coaches, and you're like a one-woman, one-man show, and you might have a VA in and out from whatever. You want to be able to have that flexibility without having to go to a pro plan. So we built that functionality into our network. Let me also just carry over about some of the features that we have inside of the platform itself. And so when you're visiting the platform, want you to know, meet our mascot, our Zen master, we like to call her. And so this is our mascot, the Zen master. So you'll see her over and over again. She's on my hat, as you can see here, on my little hat. And she's just that. She's here to help you gain that balance and Zen back into your life and get your time back as well. So you'll see more of her as we progress. But we are just about how we can create a productivity level heightened for yourself and your small business. So you're able to come into the platform to create, to publish, to monitor. We are growing and going as we begin our launch effective today. And so you'll hear more about our webinars and our courses and our academies and bringing on our experts as well. We will be offering what we call our Zen specialists. These are going to be our VA team that will be here and available to do the creating and posting and managing of your content. If you choose to want to hand that off to someone, we will have staff to help you to execute just that. And then learning about the insights of the social media world and the strategies. You'll be hearing from our partners, our guests via our blog, our podcast, and other resources. So that too is coming in the very near future. Know that we integrate with all of the platforms that you see here: Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Tumblr, Reddit, TikTok, Stories in Instagram, Snapchat, and yes, Google Business as well. Now, we also integrate and partnered with Canva. So yay, Canva. Canva has given us an opportunity so that you can connect with your free version. Don't have the pro version, although I do suggest the pro version, that you can create your social posts using the Canva platform that you already have while you're inside our platform. You also can access your Google Drive. Your Google Analytics can also be brought into it so that you can be making sure that you're monitoring, because data is power. And then again, you can connect your RSS feed using your RSS feed code so that you can bring in anytime you drop a blog post, you're going to be able to use that content and post it up there as well. All righty. And if you want to, you can also connect your Slack accounts as well. All right, so enough about us. Let's go right into the platform. So I'm going to take you over. Here we go. All right, so now let's head over inside on the back end where you can see the magic up here. So hopefully you've seen, you're getting excited and you're seeing the possibilities of how this particular solution can be a game changer for you and your small business. Let's move on over. I'm going to share my screen again. And for those who don't want to wait, you can certainly jump on over and browse over at socialbalance.co. You're welcome to check us out and tap into our offer. Now, let me switch over here to our screen again. Alrighty. So this is the back end. Once you subscribe to Social Balance, which we have 3 different plans to choose from. And I guess I failed to cover that one, but I will do that when we're finished. I want you to get all the good stuff first. And then you'll see the power and the value that you're going to get by subscribing to us, unlike what you may get with some of the other offers and options that are out there. So inside of Social Balance, we've divided it into 3 major sections. You have the create space, you have your publish space, and then you have your monitor space. And all this means is that you're able to do everything centered right here, and you don't have to leave and go in and out of all the different platforms to try to figure it out and jump over here to draw and jump over here to get some data. Everything we brought in-house inside of one central place, and this is where you start in your dashboard. We even give you a little quick starter for you to just do a quick check off, make sure that you're going to connect your social post, your social link accounts. You get up to 7 social accounts that you're going to be able to connect with your plan. and then you can get right into creating. So here is real quick for how you create. You simply are able to go here to create new content. You click on your button. You get to choose. Do you want to break an image? Do you want to upload some video? Or do you want to share a URL link? You can choose any of those. If we choose to do an image, we've got you covered in 3 different ways. You're able to upload an image that you might already have already created in another form or fashion. You can pull from free footage stock images out of our Pexel partnership, and then you can pull images there when you click on it and you type in a particular word. Let's say I type in word circus, and I do my search. Then any images of a circus, these again, free images that you can use to choose to do that. And you can pick your picture from there. Or if you like, you can choose, just make sure I go back. You can choose to go in through your Canva account and simply connect, choose the different, we highlighted the first categories of social media sizes. So is it an Instagram post, a pictures post, Facebook post, any one of these, or just a generic one if you want it to go that way. And then you pick your size, and then Canva is going to open up for you. It will look a little different on the first end, like it's going to get ready to do for me right now. So let's see if it's going to be nice to me. We're going to log in, and I'm going to do my best to see if it's going to let me log in. Voila, I log into my personal account. And so you'll do the same when you initiate yours. And while you're there, then you can just create your social post that you want to be able to do. So I'm going to choose today. And you can choose any layout that you want. International Women's Month happens to be this month, so I'm going to just pull this picture just for the sake of an exercise for today as an inspirational poster. And so I could take this, but I can still switch out the image if I want to. So I can still go to my photos, and I can come here and I can switch it out and make it a different picture if I wanted to. Or I can choose something totally different and just do my own searches here, and I can type in women and bring that on in, change my text around however I want to do. So that makes a little bit more sense. Do my little edits however you see fit, right? You make your same, just as if it works the same way no matter what. And then you save it. And then it's going to bring it right back in. So you just made a visit to Canva land. You're not sticking around, okay? All right, so once you've chosen that, then it's real simple. Now you created your picture, you hit your next step button. Now it's all about the content. Celebrate National Women's History Month, right? You can get emojis. We have you covered there. You can do all of them by your categories, right? And then here is where you're able to customize your copy for each of the different platforms. So again, this is where it gets to how you being an effective social media manager is that you shouldn't have cookie cutter content going out there every day. Your content that you're doing for Facebook should look and feel different than the content you would be doing to Twitter. And in fact, we all know that Twitter, for instance, has some restrictions that LinkedIn and Facebook do not. So you want to have that flair about it. So you can customize this in the fact that I know that I don't necessarily want to put any hashtags on my Facebook one, but I do for my Twitter. And I can create collections of hashtags, preset ones that you may already want to use, and you can certainly do things on the fly. So in this particular case, I'm just going to do that. Today is Tuesday, so I'm just going to pull all my Tuesday hashtags in there just for the sake of an example. But you can create and add as many collections as you deem necessary for your brand. And then you can do the same thing. Notice when I go to LinkedIn, I can tweak and customize this content to be totally different from the others. Once you've created all the content that you want, you hit your next step, and now we add the categories. Categories are like tags. And so here's where you're going to be able to, in this particular case, this is an inspiration. So I've already have my tags based on my social balance tags categories. And so you too will have that available to use for yourselves. So this is an encourage post, but you can have as many multiple tags as you want to. So do know that. And then once you're done, you close it out, and now it's tagged. So that way later, if you want to track by different categories and things, you'll be able to see that. And then it's time to publish. And in this particular example, you're going to be able to remember you have up to 7 accounts that you can post to. You don't have to do them all at the same time, but you can certainly pick the ones that you want to post to. So if I wanted to only post to this particular site, then that will be the one that I'm going to do that as. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to post here to this post, and then I save my content. It will not let you post to multiple Twitter accounts, by the way, so I just want you to be aware of that. So now I have my content is done. It's sitting here ready for it to then go to publish. So that's just one way that you're able to create content. Another way is we do have it is if your VA, your assistant creates content, then they can come to this space, create content, and they'll be set as a creator but not an approver. And that way, whenever they create content, then they are going to then send a trigger to you that content is ready for your approval, and then you'll get your notification, which will be as this little bell right here, and that is where you'll be able to give an approval, and then it will go set on to for publishing purposes. And then if you want to, you can always curate content. Remember, everything doesn't have to be created by you. Remember, as that educator and as that expert, you want to be within the trends of your industry, and you need to demonstrate that. And the best way to do that is through curating content. So what we've brought for you here is just that, an ability for you to do search and find articles or images that are trending in the world, that are related to your brand, that you want to be able to share with your audience. So again, you can type in your topic. So let's say if you are a sports guy, so let's say we put in basketball and type it in. And then you'll be able to see some articles related to your topic that you may be blogging about or may be part of. Like I have one of my nephews, he's a sneakerhead. So he does this whole thing on sneakers. And so again, this may be something you just might want to share with your audience. And what you do is you find your articles as they come up, and then you're able to hit the check button. And when you do that, it saves it to your library, and then you're able to use it and post for later. So that's what curating your content is in recommendations. And then you have your auto import. Inside of auto import is simply an opportunity for you to import the content from your blog or your website content and bring it into the library. And it's just instant. It'll run out and look for content about every hour. And if you posted something new on your site, it'll be available again, ready for you to either auto-populate a schedule, a post, or just to use it when you see fit. But at least you don't have to go searching for it. We've done the heavy lifting for you. So that's 4 different ways, a little bit more, of how you can create content for those ideas that I just shared with you. Now, let's go to the next step. Now that we have created content and it's sitting here in your library, right? Here's the one we just did for Women's Day coming up on the 8th. So here, what we're wanting to do is get ready to do is publish. Now, you can publish now. When you do a publish now and you click on the button, it's really putting you in a quick kind of broadcast, an update to your followers. You could just do a quick typing just text. You can share a photo if you want, but it's just kind of like on the fly creation. Okay, but you can, and it will post as soon as you hit done. That's how that will work for you. Okay, and it's going to go to these default ones as well in your accounts, but you can simply pick and choose the accounts you wanted to apply to. The other way in which you're able to publish is what we call time slots. So you may choose to have, you can do it one of two ways. You can do time slots that are created based on trends of their data. So we are pulling your analytics together to be able to say, these are the best times that you should be posting to the different platforms. Or you can create a static kind of a schedule that says, I want each one of my posts to only post at 8:22 every morning. And what it would do is going to open up those time slots. And if you have multiple slots, anytime you create something and you're saying auto populate, it's going to take what's next in the queue and it's just going to take it and place it inside of the calendar. So that's an opportunity, if you like, to create a schedule just in that fashion. So you click here to create your schedule. Again, do you want to do it weekly or do you want to do it kind of a drip? When you do it weekly, it could be like something that's very consistent, like Wisdom Wednesdays, right? And you can do that type of a schedule. Or you can do what we call a drip schedule. And a drip schedule is like the same content where you can repurpose your content, but because of the way we are able to build multiple sets of copy to that same image, it's going to pull and multiply and pull that post again and again, but have different copy to go with it in a drip fashion. And you can schedule that kind of recycling of your evergreen content in that way. So we simply did a weekly schedule. You give it a name, you tell it the time, and then you pick the days of the week. Maybe it's only going to be on Wednesdays, and that might be the only schedule that you have. Wisdom Wednesdays and only certain types of content that is categorized for Wisdom Wednesday or what's going to fill in that particular slot. So that's the magic of how you can use the scheduling feature and function of our site. And then last but not least is the calendar view. So here is where you're able to click and drag the content that you have already created, and you can simply click it and move it over. So I'm going to move this one over to the 8th because that is International Women's Day. And that's going to go in the suggested slot because I did not specify a time. It's going into the suggested slot of 12:30. Now, you can always edit it. You can simply click on it, and then you'll be able to bring up your artifact that you've created, and then you can simply click here to do the edits, go back in and make any changes to the image if you need to the captions, to the categories, anything, you can make your updates there. And now it's ready to go at that set in time. Once an article is posted, then what you're able to do is then your activity feed. So here is where you'll be able to look at all of the different social posts, all of the different activities that are taking place on the different platforms, all in one spot. Here's your magic space. Here's where you can get laser focused, look at just your content and not get distracted with the feeds that you'll typically get drawn into and sucked into, and then you get no work done. So here you're just looking at your content. If people are posting and giving any comments, you're able to do all of that here and check and see who shared your content, who's retweeted your content, who liked your content, who commented on it. You'll see all of your data sitting right here. And that's the beauty of how you're able to monitor and check your activity feeds. And then here are your data stats that are going to be changing over time on this site. And you can filter if you only want to see a particular platform, you can just look at that one particular platform. Doesn't matter. Or you can look at all of them at the same time. It's up to you how you want to filter out your information. You could do direct messaging here if you want to do that. See, this is what will also happen is you might have to reconnect from time to time because Facebook and Twitter don't always like to stay connected with third-party applications, but that's okay. But here again is how you can respond directly to your customers and do your direct messaging still inside of Social Balance. And then you can even check here for mentions of people talking about you and linking that up. You want to be able to see how that's happening. So look, we've got somebody who was like, hey, awesome job. We're loving it. And that's the type of things that anybody who's bringing up your title, your name, and mentioning your business, then you can see how that is being trending around in the platforms themselves. And then social listening is where you can search in Twitter for terms or your hashtags themselves, and you can filter, you can sort, you can manage the post directly in here from those activity feeds. And then you can link multiple Twitter accounts too as well. So you do have the ability to make all that happen. If somebody's just trending on a particular hashtag that you're using, kind of see what else is going. And this is where, again, how you're able to make those connections on the different platforms to start to get followers. And there's a strategy along with that. And then, of course, we have our analytics. So here again is an opportunity for you to crunch your numbers and look at data and make some decisions of what's working, what's not working. You have all of that at your fingertips. You can check by insights, with, again, types of posts, likes by post types. You can check the dates and times. You can look at it by community. Like, where are these people coming from? Where are you getting your populations in the regions and the countries? You can check in data specific to that. And then you can also check down data based on hashtags. What hashtags are working better than others? Which one should I be using more differently than others? So you have a lot of information that's very powerful for you to manage and optimize your social media management. And then we have reports. So here under our reports, you can generate them on a monthly basis. But again, you can create these for yourselves. And then for those of you who are freelancers and you're doing management with other clients, you can do client level reports that it gives you those kind of analytics that you can manipulate and be able to demonstrate to them here how things are really working and seeing the data for themselves so they don't have to go into the platform and look. That, my friends, is everything rolled into one about social balance. So then the question is, well, now that you know about our card deck, now that you know that you can plan, and now you have a place to execute that plan, to create, to publish, and to monitor, the question is, what do I do next? So what do you do next is you subscribe. So we have a special offer that we are offering today and every day, at least for the next month, is a part of our launch special. So I'm going to share my screen again. And you will simply go over to our plan section. And here it's something that is we consider to be a very affordable offer. Typically, our regular rate is $37 a month, but do keep in mind that is still $12 less than the competition. I think even more now because some people went up, by the way. And so you get 2 user accounts, you and for another person that comes with our general plan. You also get 7 social accounts that you can link and connect and post to. And you have unlimited posts. We do not count posts in the numbers of posts that you have to post. We're not doing that. Who's got time for that? But again, you have content creations, content curating, you've got posting your schedules, you've got community management, you have live social feeds, you've got your analytical data, and we're always growing and adding more each and every day. We're looking to enhance and get feedback from you guys as well. So please give us your feedback as you are entering into our space. Now, for our launch special, we're taking off 25%. $10. So that makes it $27 a month. And you cannot beat that, my people. This is $27 of well investment for you to get all the resources in one place and get the work done and see the fruits of your labor. So the basic plan, month to month, if you want to, is still $27. That is at a limited time. That is our launch special. And so that anytime that month-to-month rate of $27 will go away. But you can lock in the $27 monthly rate by subscribing to our more popular biannual package, meaning you can prepay 6 months in advance, and that is going to be $162 for 6 months. But you lock in the $27 from then on. Anyone else who comes in, if we do any other offers or specials, they won't be getting that particular one. Or if you want to just go on in whole hog and do an entire year with us and hang out. So again, $27 a month, prepaid, locked in at the $27 a month. And in addition to getting and subscribing to our 6-month and our 12-month subscription, you're going to get as a gift 48 social balance Canva templates that are customizable for you to use so that you can get off and running again using our card deck framework and the colors and the categories. We've done them all for you. So you've got your first 48 social post templates already done for you, is included when you subscribe to our biannual and annual subscriptions. Again, $27 a month. You get to lock it in as well. Now, for those of you who do choose to go with our annual subscription and you prepay, not only are you going to get the templates, but you're also going to get a strategic coaching session with one of our Zen masters. Because, hey, this is investable time and we want to guide you along the way. So you get to schedule a power session with one of our Zen masters so we can send you in the right direction, and you're going to have a plan and a strategy as well as the tools necessary to make all of that happen. So please, if you haven't already done so, visit us over at socialbalance.co. And there is where you can find about our plans, check out our features. We will soon be hosting our blog post, and there we'll also have opportunities for investing in events such as webinars and challenges and the like, which will be coming out really, really soon. So we certainly thank you for coming and sharing our special day with us today, March 1st, 2022, launch day for Social Balance, where we want to remove the stresses of being overwhelmed with our solopreneurs, freelancers, and coaches, and helping you to find your social zen. And with that said, I'm going to say thanks again. Please don't hesitate to leave any comments that you want to down at the bottom as well. I'm going to see if I can switch over here. I share with you our launch day deals. Again, $27 you can lock in today, monthly, 6 months, and 12 month rates as of today. So those rates can change, but do take advantage of it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or question right here inside of our feed, and you're able to do that as well. And and that's it. So again, thank you so much, guys. I'm really excited, super duper excited. I'm thankful for friends and for my team and helping us getting to this point today. So help me help you and become the social balance and find your social zen. And if you have any other questions, let me know how I can be of help to you. So this is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. Let's get busy. Bye-bye.